Gonna be a great year, starting right now, baby. Right now.
After dominating the past, present, and future last year, delivering a game that gives off the same impact can be difficult for any developer. Last year, 2K Sports gave both basketball and sports game fans an incredible title that rightfully deserved the accolades it got. But that pressure must have gone to them for NBA 2K13. Don't get me wrong, the game is still good. Unfortunately, it doesn't really improve upon what we saw just 12 months ago.
Well, when you have two teams that have this much depth and explosiveness on both ends of the floor, it's really hard to get too much of an edge one way or another.
For starters, last year's NBA's Greatest mode has been removed, and in its place we get nothing more than a minor inclusion of the 1992 Dream Team. Getting to control one of the most recognizable groups of players is a nice treat in itself, but their inclusion feels very last minute. You are only able to play in exhibition matches, and there's nothing that embraces the 20th anniversary of the greatest basketball team ever compiled. Team USA from the 2012 London Olympics are also included, but considering that they too are only available for exhibition play, makes you long for the inclusion of national teams in an NBA game.
With the 8th pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select the 19-year-old shooting guard from Serbia.
2K's career mode, My Career, continues to succeed after the number of large-scale improvements seen last year. Now, incorporating subtle additions such as having your player give pep talks before tip-off during key matches, a social element where fans and other players and even celebrities tweet at you, and other things make the mode even more interesting.
We're a much better team when he's on the court.
While the greats are gone from their own mode, they do make a brief appearance in My Career. Instead of using the points you earn by playing on specific stats upgrades, you can spend them on one-on-one training sessions with some of the best players to take the court. Each one focuses on certain aspects of the sport and serve as better tools in learning some of the new mechanics in the game and other fundamentals you may not have been aware of existing. You can't get trained by all the greats in a given season, but these sessions do help to develop your player quicker than other upgrades. In addition to learning from the greats, the addition of signature skills help to differentiate players on the court. Not only do the more established players have skills that make them stand out, your creative player can also develop these similar skills. These range from improved clutch performance, better fast break ability, and many others. As you should expect, the marquee players in the league will be littered with skills, but seeing your own character develop similar attributes will go very far into making them a better player.
He said, I came to the best situation. Our younger program, guys that are around the same age, enjoy doing the same things, just loving to work.
As for the play on the court, the only real key change is the modification of the right analog stick. Previously, shooting could be done by moving the stick in an up-down direction. Now, dribble moves are done by performing certain motions with it. By moving the right stick in various directions, the player in control of the ball will perform different dribble moves from simple crossovers to more complex actions. Additionally, it can also be used on offense even if you're not in control of the ball, which can help to get your player open. It's an easy-to-grasp system that can make a world of difference if you time it correctly and don't rely too heavily on it.
Hinrich outside. There's the three. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Outside of the changes to the right analog stick, very little else has changed. There are still issues regarding the passing system, with players frequently intercepting a ball meant for a different teammate. Additionally, the fluid dribble animations also highlight the deficiencies between plays. Animations are stiff. These are players that appear more like zombies than actual athletes. Clipping and collision problems are very evident during timeouts, with players crashing into their coaches. The worst culprit is the lack of emotion post-game, as players will stand in place for a good 2 to 3 seconds before ultimately heading towards the tunnel in the locker room. It's very disheartening to see, since the in-game action feels so much like the real thing.
And what an exciting game here, with 3 minutes played so far in overtime. Shorty. Count it!
Hopefully the lack of direct competition for the series hasn't resulted in developers taking it easy and choosing not to give it their all in delivering a solid sports game. NBA 2K13 is a good basketball game, but not a significant upgrade or noticeable evolution over last year's solid effort. It's disappointing that the best part of last year's game was removed, and the improvements made this year will only be appreciated by the most dedicated of players. If you're new to the series, you will really have to dedicate a solid chunk of time and effort before you understand why the series has been so good in previous years.
You know, Clark, they couldn't put him away in regulation, but after a superb...
For more on NBA 2K13, be sure to check out our full written review at sportsgamebeat.com.
Now it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in.